So you guys know I got a bash bar. Joel got a bash bar. Johnny didn't get a bash bar, but he got some goodies too for his car. And it's an oil cooler kit. He got the Mishimoto one. It's brand new. I mean, the box is open because, of course, I mean, we always ship all the parts once they... We always... what, ship? No. We always check all the parts that we get after they arrive from... Oh my god, I cannot even say it. We always check all the car parts we get right... Fuck. Never mind, you know what I'm saying. Let's see what it has inside. We already know what it is. It's the little radiator filter, I don't know. Right here are the hoses. The bracket. Let me see what else. Here we go. Let's see what else we have inside. The oil cooler kit, it's one of those installations that they look hard, but they're actually not. It's pretty self-explanatory. The first thing I'm gonna be doing now is take off the bumper, and since we're all zip ties in the front, I'm gonna go ahead and cut them. You can unbolt yours. Just how I said, the installation of the oil cooler kit is pretty easy, but there's one thing that's not really making sense to me, which is here. Look at this, look. So this is the bracket, right? There's 4 holes right here, and this hole right here and this one right here, they're supposed to line up with these. You're not gonna be able to see it. Oh yeah, right now. With this one and this one right here. But then if the bracket goes bolted like that, right? These holes right here, the big holes, they're meant for I don't know, the plugs to go through there, right? So that means the oil cooler kit, the oil cooler will be sitting like this with the M upside down, which I don't like that. And I'm gonna probably place it like in a different way. Instead of having it like this, I'm gonna have it like that. And having the hoses, instead of going down, going up, they will look a lot better. Of course, I mean, an upside down M of Mishimoto will look stupid on the car. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. But yeah, so now next step is gonna be, next thing I'm gonna do is bolt the cooler to the bracket and then mount the hoses, right? You have to keep something in mind. The hoses are not the same long. There's like a foot in between each one. So you have to keep that in mind. The one that's gonna go in, so basically since it's gonna go like that, the short hose, make sure it goes on the inner side. And then the longer one's gonna go obviously from here, because the oil filter's over there, is on that side. So yeah, the short one on this side and the long one on this side. If you want to run it just how the bracket was supposed to take the cooler, like this. So yeah, put the short, you're gonna have to put the short on this side and the long on this side. But since I'm gonna run it like this, it's gonna be short and long. Confusing, but I hope you guys got it. Okay guys, so now it's time to mount the hoses. There's a few things that I have to say. Right here you guys can see the difference, how longer this is, and just how I said, since I'm gonna be running the cooler like that upside down, I'm gonna be mounting the long one here and the short one here. Once you mount the hoses, do not tie them. Leave them loose until you have everything on the car. Once you have everything on the car, then tie up everything. But for the moment, this is just to make it easier on you. Mount everything, but do not tie anything. Okay, so we have this setup right here ready to mount on the car. But right here, there's one thing that it's gonna look stupid and some lazy shit, but I actually have to remove the radiator to install it properly, because I have the nut and the bolt right here. But to put the nut behind this, I have to remove the radiator, and I don't want to do that. So these bolts, they go exactly in, like they go tight, so I don't think it's gonna come off. Yeah, so all I'm gonna do, I mean, since my brother's gonna have the bumper there and the hoses are going upside down, I mean the cooler is mounted like upside down, I feel like the hoses are gonna be holding the cooler, because they're gonna be right behind the crash bar. So yeah, I feel like it's not gonna have any issues there. But you never know, hopefully it doesn't fucking fly up on the freeway. So the cooler is mounted and the hoses too. Now it's time to get this ready. I think this is called the sandwich, and this is where the hoses go connected to. And this piece is gonna go in between the oil filter and the engine. One thing, I don't know if you guys know about it, but just in case if you don't know, the rubber ring, it's gonna go towards the engine, towards the engine. And this part, it's the outer side where the oil filter goes. Now the only thing we need to do to get this ready is mount these right here, the top ones, and these holes right here, whatever. And yeah, just make sure you have your washers there. And yeah, after we mount these, we're gonna be raising the car, lifting it, and drain the oil. Some people, they just decide to just take off the oil filter, but I don't want that like just going all over the floor and all that. So I'm just gonna drain the oil, and the oil is still brand new, so I'm gonna try to keep it, save it, not get it dirty. And yeah, so yeah. And just how I said about the hoses, do not tie up anything until you mount everything on the car and you know how your setup is gonna go. Like now everything is loose. It's just tight enough to mount it on the car, but it's not tied up. Okay, so we're almost ready. Now all we have to do is just put like a little bit of oil. Let me get, yeah. Oh yeah, that's a lot of oil. Just put like a little of oil on the rubber ring before we mount it. And then let me wipe down my hands. I'll be back. And just how I said earlier, do not tie up anything until everything is mounted, like all the components, the cooler, the hoses, the sandwich down there. Once everything is connected and mounted on the car and you know how your setup is gonna go, then yeah, go ahead and tie it up. But one thing I'll recommend you to do, now since everything is mounted and everything is tied up, basically ready to go, what I'll recommend you to do is actually buy brake cleaner and clean this right here, like where the sandwich is at. Not just this part, everything, like everything where you see oil, just spray it, because after this the next step is gonna be see if we have any leaks. Alright, so now let's put oil in the car and see if it's gonna leak. Okay, so I don't really know how much exactly your car needs, but if it's a 350Z or a 370Z, I've been going on forums investigating about this, about oil cooler kit installations, and they all were saying that after you install an oil cooler kit, you're gonna need 1 more quart of oil on your car. And I actually measured it, and yes, I needed a quart. So I added the quart. Now next thing I'm gonna do is turn on the car and see if it's gonna leak anywhere. So the car's been running for like about 10 minutes now, and no oil leaks, no nothing. Good. Alright, so now it's time to mount the bumper. Okay, so the bumper is mounted, but one thing is that if you have this bumper and you're gonna install an oil cooler kit, you're gonna have to chop a really big piece from your bumper. And it's because the bottom black lip goes all the way to the radiator support. And having the oil cooler kit right there, the lip hits the oil cooler kit, making it like not letting the bumper like going in. So yeah, keep in mind, if you have this bumper and you're buying an oil cooler kit, you're gonna have to chop a good amount of your bottom lip, just your bottom lip. I don't know why my brother did chop these right here, the white stuff, but fuck it, still looks clean. So yeah guys, this video's done. Basically the oil cooler kit, yeah, it's mounted. That was all the video was about. So I will see you in the next video, and the next video is gonna be finally my bikini top. See you guys.